White people don't want things to work for black people. They only want things to work for themselves. This has been the thread of history, and it's still the way the game is played in South Africa and across Africa. Look at how they fund black political parties. They know that these parties are just puppets, playing in a system designed by and for white capital. It's no coincidence that black parties in South Africa are often caught up in scandals of corruption, mismanagement, or outright incompetence. These scandals aren't accidents. They are part of a much larger, carefully orchestrated plan. Think about Zimbabwe, a country that had the potential to stand on its own but was sanctioned and crippled the moment it sought real independence. The land reforms threatened white ownership, and suddenly the country was labeled a pariah. Western powers, controlled by white elites, made sure to devastate Zimbabwe economically. And when Zimbabwe fell, the narrative became, look at what happens when Africans try to run their own affairs. The sanctions were never about democracy or human rights. They were about control, about ensuring that black nations never become truly self-sufficient. John Perkins called it out in his books about economic hitmen. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's historical fact. He showed how the IMF, the World Bank, and other global financial institutions give loans to these countries with the full knowledge that they will never be able to pay them back. They design the terms to ensure failure. Then, when the inevitable happens, they swoop in and say, we'll help you, but only if you privatize your industries. And who buys up those industries? White multinational corporations. The cycle is endless. They lend money to governments mismanage the funds, and then white businesses come in to buy the assets on the cheap, and it's all dressed up as development aid or investment in Africa. Look at South Africa. State-owned enterprises are crumbling, and we're being told that the only solution is privatization. Eskom, SAA, Transnet, each one of them has been weakened by mismanagement, yes. But who benefits from that failure? Not black South Africans who still struggle with access to electricity, decent transport, or jobs. White capital is circling, waiting to buy up what's left at bargain prices, while black politicians play along, pretending to be working for the people. It's all a lie. The truth is that this system was never meant to work for us. It was designed to break us down, to make us reliant on foreign powers, on loans, on aid, on the very people who profit from our downfall. And this is the trap, the lie that we are somehow in control of our own destinies, when in reality, the chessboard is owned by the very forces we claim to be fighting. We're told that these loans, these deals, these partnerships are for our benefit. But are they? If white people truly wanted to see black people succeed, why do we remain in the same position, decade after decade? The same systems that oppressed us during apartheid are still in place. The faces have changed, but the agenda hasn't. Black faces in high places, but who controls the money? Who owns the land? Who sets the rules? Privatization is the ultimate trick. They destroy the state to save the market, and in doing so, they secure the future for themselves, while black people are left scrambling for scraps. We are given political freedom, but economic freedom remains elusive. And that's not a coincidence, it's the plan. Keep black people distracted by politics while the real power, the economic power, stays in white hands. So no, white people don't want things to work for black people. They want things to work for them, just like they always have. And until we wake up to that reality, we'll keep playing into their hands, thinking we're making progress, when in fact we're just sinking deeper into their carefully laid trap.